How did we go from being 2 students to running a 40-person company in 4 years? It was all about a passion to solve a problem, looking at what we could do to allow tech ideas to thrive, and really focusing on building a world-class consultancy that could make a difference. Hi, I'm Jacques Jordaan, one of the co-founders of Specno.
Hi, I'm Daniel Novitzkas, co-founder here at Specno. Specno is a venture builder that has worked with over 100 different tech startups and has worked with multiple investors in order to look for the best startup opportunities. We essentially help startups design, build, scale, launch. So I remember when I started, I had this idea that, being your own boss meant that you could essentially do whatever you want. It's the naive view of being an entrepreneur, right? And going from 2 people to 20 people in our first 2 years, I was still very much experiencing that opportunity to just really play with whatever area of the business I sort of felt was important and needed. But the very next year we doubled from 20 to 40 people, and the organization had grown so much that we needed real structures in place. People needed direction, we needed KPIs of what to focus on. And suddenly I went from being a founder to having to be an executive that is leading a company. And it was the first time I had realized that you actually can't just rush growth. You really need to make sure that you're building the right foundations that are going to allow your company to scale. And either you as the founder or the founding team needs to step into those executive roles, or you need to be comfortable allowing somebody else to come in and actually take over and execute. But making sure that you understand the culture, the why, the values, and where the company is going, so that whoever is running the ship is steering it in that right direction. And yeah, that was one of my biggest lessons.
I think one of the biggest things I've learned is making sure that there's clear direction and focus, and the goals are set out in a way that everybody can really understand where the company is going and how their individual role and job and day-to-day, contributes to the overarching goal of the business and how we're moving forward. Focusing on quality has been a major lesson that we've learned as well, just around ensuring that the processes are put into place to consistently output high quality work, to ensure that we have happy clients and that we can actually make a difference helping the businesses, founders that we are working with. We needed to start working on the processes to ensure quality control. So just making sure that there is a process that people need to follow, but still allowing them to be creative to actually execute and deliver high quality work. Being a founder can also often get overwhelming. As new staff start streaming in, your actual workload starts to increase quite a lot. So one of the big lessons I learned around that was trying to put the systems in place that allow me to be effective, and just making sure that I can get some alone time and focus time to work on the growth of the business, because if you get stuck doing day-to-day operations consistently, you start to forget about focusing on the growth and what's coming next. Another lesson around that was definitely take the time to make sure that the people you're hiring are the right types of people, they fit into your culture, and it's going to be somebody that you can trust to get work done at the same level that you could, or even better.
So one of the lessons that COVID taught us was that it's actually okay to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. We were finding ourselves in a position where we had 6 weeks of cash flow left, and we really needed to bring the company together to show people what it was going to take to survive. Before that, we weren't all too transparent. I mean, you talk about being open with employees, you talk about an open door policy, but COVID showed me that everyone deserves to understand how the business is built, what the business model looks like, how it's going to grow. And so at Specno, we have always made sure that we're hosting quarterly updates, we're having bi-weekly all hands, that anyone can truly come up to myself, Jacques, or anyone in the company and challenge the status quo, that they can know what's going on. And For a long time it was scary, but now I feel like truly every employee at the company is an owner of the company. I see it when they talk to outsiders, I see it when they talk to themselves, the way that they make decisions. You can really see that people are invested in the company and where it's going, and that they understand that they can really shape its future. And that's very powerful when you are a startup and you're building towards something much bigger than what it currently looks like.